What's good, Council of Comics? It is Sunday, April 28th. It's time for Film and Box Office News. It's episode 84, everybody. We're doing Split this week. I am back. Be back in 30 seconds.
What is good, Council of Comics? Welcome to the Film and Box Office News Live Podcast, April 28th, 2024. Got a lot of things to go over. We're even adding in the Nielsen numbers this week. And our movie of the week.
Black is like the brightest day. Where are the heroes? Soon as they get here, everything will be alright. I need a hero. Someone a superhuman who can come and save my life. Crisis after crisis.
Good, Council of Comics. Welcome to the Film and Box Office News Live Podcast. You know, every Sunday we do this at 5 p.m., 2 p.m. Pacific. We go over all the film and box office news, talk about stuff, and then go over our movie review, which we are in the middle of Cliff's trilogy. It's the Unbreakable trilogy. We're doing Split today. Whew, a lot to say on that movie, but that'll be a little bit toward the end. As always, with us, the Loyal Council, Phil's back, C Bizzle, Green Shirt Guy. How are you today?
What's up? Very good.
Phil, how was the trip?
Trip was great. Yeah, trip was great.
All right, excellent. All right, before we get into anything, let's do what we normally do and get that out of the way. Young at Heart Foundation. Oh, wait, no, that's not it. Here we go. Boom. Young at Heart Foundation. This is a foundation based on faith, trust, and belief. It's run by our good friend Mike out in California. They do great things for kids awaiting medical transplants and procedures out there. There's two ways you can help this organization. You can, one, become a donor. More than 100,000 people are waiting for a life-saving transplant. You can help by registering to become an organ donor today by hitting this button for Donate at Life America. The second way to help is you can sponsor a Hope Kit. That's 100% tax deductible. They'll take all the funds that they collect and give these great gift boxes to these kids. If you want to help in other ways, give Mike a call at 323-396-998 or give him an email at info@youngatheartfoundation.com. Next up, Alternaverse. This is our home away from home. It's located out in Hyde Park, New York, 870 Violet Avenue, Hyde Park, New York, to be exact. They have comics, cards, toys. They offer the Hudson Valley's best selection in comic books. Everything is bagged and boarded. If you want to start a pull list, which means getting your local comic book shop to pull the books for you, Anthony can do it for you. Alternaverse can do it for you, no matter where you're at, and you'll get 10% off your books. How do you do that? Give Anthony a call at 845-233-4234 or email him at alternaverse2@aol.com, and the website is alternaverse.net. They also have card tournaments on the weekend, Lorcana, Pokemon, Magic. So give him a call and he'll give you a schedule for all of that. They also have Alternicon 3 coming up May the 4th, this Saturday, 12 to 5 p.m. They got a ton of artists of it that are coming to check it out. Ryan Gary Brown will be in the house. Christian St. Pierre will be in the house. Tom Ryan Studios will be in the house. Our very own Steve DeSario and our very own Green Shirt Guy will be in the house. Colorist Jeremy Kahn will be in the house. The Sanat family, ECP Apparel, Big Pete's Pops, Crafty Shortcake, Static Rabbit Inc. Shout out to Static Rabbit Inc. Graphics by VBD, Jordan's Hammy Place, Girl Scouts of the Harlem Valley, AKP Collectibles, Face Painting with Sativas, Creative Creations, the Hudson Valley's Horrors Roller Derby, Linderth Artists, what was that last one say? Junior DeBard and Jewelry Brands. And our special guest, Kevin Conrad, comic book artist for Spawn, X-Force, X-Factor, Kiss, done a ton of stuff. Come out to Alternaverse. It's also an event, an official fundraiser for Harper Strong, a child of that's very close to the Alternaverse family, and we're trying to raise funds for her. So come out Saturday, May 4th, 12 to 5 p.m.
Can I mention
you're
something
there.
like that I was going to mention Saturday?
Go ahead.
So for anybody that's watching this that's not going to be able to make it to the show itself, anybody that donates $50 or more, I will do a head sketch for. You just got to send me a receipt. I'm sure they'll send you like a receipt in your email. Just send it to me to prove that you did. Anything $50 or more, you get a head sketch or a color sketch card, your choice.
Excellent.
Nice.
Remember to visit them at alternaverse.net for any more information and get in touch with Anthony. Next up, it's happy birthday, Anthony. It's Anthony's birthday. Give him a shout out in the comments. Here's our YouTube channel. We're at 831. We've been doing mostly lives lately, Monday, Sunday, Wednesday. A couple weeks I'll be getting back into like the comic book hauls and stuff like that. Little stuff to get other videos out there. But if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1,000, and you can help a lot by getting us to that algorithm and liking the videos. Our lives are, this one, Film and Box Office News. And then Monday, we got episode 87 of the new Keys and Hot Comics of the Week, where we're giving away our monthly giveaway. It's an over $300 prize. You need to tune in for that. Also, check out Cliff on Comics. Cliff's at 680. Let's get him to 1,000 as well. Cliff does a lot of good things. He has Cliff's comic curation. He has a lot of unboxings, and he also has a great live show that he does every month called Cliff's Crisis Quest Trivia, and it's a great show. You gotta check him out. Please subscribe to Cliff on Comics. And last but definitely not least, Couching and Slouching with C Bizzle. C Bizzle, you want to tell him a little bit something about your channel?
Sure. So, basically, my channel right now is I'm doing a lot of unboxings. I just did my Whatnot unboxing video that's gonna be posted tomorrow. I'm also this Wednesday. Pay attention to my channel this Wednesday. I know it shows up there that I have 377 subscribers, but I've never did my 200 subscriber giveaway. So this Wednesday, pay attention to my channel. There will be a video up. I literally just filmed it like an hour ago, and it will be up on my channel to show you how you can win a Funko Pop and several comic books for my 200 giveaway. So pay attention to my channel. And I want to thank everybody that's been liking and subscribing to the Council of Comics and Cliff and myself, all three of our channels. We really do appreciate you guys.
Yes, indeed. Remember to subscribe to Couching and Slouching with C Bizzle. Also, there's a little mix-up. Somebody thought we left the Sunday lineup. We did not leave the Sunday lineup.
For 1 week only, we're on the Sunday lineup.
There was confusion since we're now part of the Monday lineup. It was thought that we were leaving the Sunday lineup, but it was like, no, we got two shows, one on Sunday, one on Monday. But they'll put us back in there next week. At 9:45 a.m. they had breakfast with Brian. We love Brian LCS. He had Comic Book Church at 10:45 a.m. Then at 4 o'clock they had the Sunday Sort. Then after us is the Sunday Sesh at 6 p.m. Then you've got Kicking It with K-Pop at 7 p.m. Legion of Comics at Week's End at 8:30. And finally, ending the Sunday Legendary lineup is Trev the Shipping Guru and Evil's Comics at 10 p.m. So make sure you check out those other channels and make sure you like and subscribe. Council of Comics is still on the Sunday's Legendary lineup. All right.
Absolutely.
Or somebody hasn't told us something yet.
Yeah, that's what I was like. What happened? Did we do something wrong? I was like, what did Cliff do? Cliff, what did you do?
Cliff is surprisingly not here today.
But it's all right. It's fine. All right, it's Film and Box Office News. What did we watch this week? Anybody got anything they want to talk about?
I saw Godzilla.
Oh, okay.
We saw Godzilla. Which one?
Godzilla Kong.
The Kong Godzilla. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't really watching. I was watching the NFL draft.
I was keeping an eye.
Yeah.
You're not a Cowboys fan, are you?
No. I'm a Detroit Lions fan.
Oh, all right. Fair enough.
I'm born and raised in Detroit, so I'm always gonna be their fan.
Barry Sanders.
What do you think of their the new third uniforms?
The black ones,
Yeah,
I like them. They had them before.
yeah, but they wearing those blue helmets with them.
Yeah, that's the difference. I like the blue helmets. I'm actually gonna try to get one of those miniature replicas to have in this room.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
I've been watching 100. You guys remember that show?
I remember
I
that.
remember.
I've been watching that with
People watching.
Kamara.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Now it's got me sucked in. I was like, what are we watching? What is this? And then, after you watch a season of it, you're like, okay, I got to keep watching this to see where it goes. What was the premise? There was a nuclear war. And so they went up into space, into like little like space shuttles and stations. And then after so many years, they wanted to test the Earth or something like that. So they sent down 100 of the prisoners.
Oh, of course.
That's why it's called the 100. They sent them down to the Earth, and then they thought that they would die, but they found out that they lived, and it's just wild and wacky after that. Very CW, but very entertaining at the same time. X-Men 97 happened this week.
I gotta catch up on a couple episodes.
Yeah, I'm still behind.
Oh
Yeah.
my! Well, what happened this week? Nothing of crazy happened this week. They did reveal. Oh, do you want spoilers?
No.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
I know Grisha got done, but I don't
Okay, I'll say it this way. They did reveal the major villain that has
Okay.
been behind everything. It's and that ending is very, very crazy. It's very like Reservoir Dogs. All I gotta say is Reservoir Dogs when the guy's strapped to the chair and the razors and stuff like that. And I was like,
But does he tip? Yeah.
and Rogue is a beast. She's just on a war path. She's trying to figure out stuff. She's on a war path. But she takes a turn. She takes a turn that most superheroes don't come back from. So it's interesting to see where that will lead them. They're doing a 3-part finale the next 3 weeks. He's something about extinction or something like that is the last 3 episodes. And he said, Bo DeMeo said, you have to watch the 2-parter, one man's worth from the original X-Men animated series. I believe it's in the 2nd season or something. It's called One Man's Worth. It's a 2-parter. Said you do have to watch that. And those episodes were the basis for Age of Apocalypse that they did in the comics. It came first in the animated series, and then Age of Apocalypse came in the comic books. And that is must watch before you watch the next 3 episodes. So yeah. All right. Bad Batch also. I don't know if anybody watched the Bad Batch.
That's the only one. I watched the one that I hadn't watched, but I wasn't home on Wednesday, so I haven't watched this week's yet.
We're one step closer to the end. The Batch are on the planet, and they're just trying to get to Omega. But Omega is just like, let's put it this way: Omega's going on the mentality that her brothers are going to come. She has no doubt in her mind they're coming to get me. So she's planning the escape with that in mind. And
I mean, you better hope, right?
yeah, but
Maybe she's
Omega's a
got the
beast.
Sight beyond sight with the Force.
That's the thing, man. They don't show her doing any Force stuff. But Ventress kind of alluded to that she is strong with it.
Well, we know that she is, right?
Yeah, but she hasn't done anything.
Well,
like there's nothing that would say she's
she
Jedi.
hasn't overtly done anything. You're correct.
Right.
However, there's little things where you're like, that's clearly, kind of throws back to Anakin and so forth in the movies. You're like, yeah, well, Anakin was a great pod racer because his reflexes were fast because he could see it before it happened, not because he was a great pod racer.
Right. And the whole thing is like, will the Bad Batch die?
I'm saying they do. I say,
but if they die, then who's gonna take care of Omega? Because she's still a kid.
she'll go into hiding.
You think?
They're going to
end it that dark?
All but one's gonna die, and I you know who's not gonna
Who do
die?
you think's gonna live?
Wrecker.
Wow.
Damn it, he'll be because they're kind of like big brother and little sister of all of them. You know what I mean? That's how it's played out.
Could be. I'm hoping that reveal. Maybe that's
I'm
Tech?
hoping that we still get to see Tech come back, but
we'll see.
what was the name of the one? Remember, there was the one that was kind of he had like the half arm. He was like he had the Lobot deal.
That's Echo.
Echo, right.
Echo's big in this episode.
And is he back? Okay.
He's
Who
big
is
in
that?
this episode, yeah. Yeah, Bad Batch is great. It's not doing great in the ratings. Speaking
It's
of
its
which,
last season though.
adding in a new thing here. The Nielsen ratings.
Ooh.
Oh, the Nielsen ratings.
Here's my
Now
thing. How do they track that?
It's
whose
done.
numbers are they listening to?
They're doing it. They got everybody now. There was a time when they didn't have everybody.
Yeah, but Netflix is always notorious. Has always. We
This
don't
is
know
loose.
what the numbers are.
Yeah, this is loose. So for like streaming, top 10 overall.
And maybe I'm the
Netflix.
skeptic because you remember when Rotten Tomatoes came out, it was like you got to believe Rotten Tomatoes, but now we all know that it's been manipulated by money.
Yeah, the streaming. Number one's Three Body Problem. Something I've never watched, but it's number one. Roadhouse is number
It's
two
okay.
overall.
It's all right.
Quiet on the Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV is in at number three. Bluey in at number
Bluey's
4 overall. Homicide New York comes in at number 5. The Gentleman
That looks good too. It's
comes
in
in
my
number 6.
to watch.
Grey's Anatomy, a classic show, comes in at number
Yep.
7. NCIS at number 8.
Mhm.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's a classic right there. That comes in at 9. And The Big Bang Theory jumps in at number 10.
Here's why I have a problem believing this list completely.
Hmm.
Knowing that those last 4 shows are basically done and now people are watching reruns. You can't tell me that Friends and Seinfeld don't hit this top 10 every single time.
That is true.
Well,
Especially
they
I
are
watch
now.
Friends just about every day. And I know that's
Isn't
stupid.
Seinfeld on? Where's
Seinfeld's
Seinfeld?
on?
Should be on Peacock, right?
I think it is now. I think they finally got it. But it was on Hulu for a while. It was on Netflix for a while. Friends is where
Seinfeld's
the
usually
Friends
on there,
is
though.
What that?
We'll see next week because Seinfeld's usually on here.
That's what
Maybe
I'm
they
saying.
just
Seinfeld and
dropped
Friends,
it.
those two should be on the top 10 every week.
yeah.
For original streaming, I don't know what the definition for original streaming is. Maybe it debuted on the
these
streaming
are-
network.
It's theirs.
Yeah.
It was It's not
I
ported from another channel.
You know, they paid for the production.
yeah.
mean, at least Halo's coming in at number 10 and Avatar's in there at number 8.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Shogun, I've watched the first episode and it's great. I just have to finish it.
Streaming movies, Roadhouse is number 1, blowing
Wow.
everybody out
Oh,
right now.
Well, because
um,
this is original streaming movie too, right?
No,
Yeah.
it's-
So if
so-
you look
no,
at
no,
the list,
it's-
it's nothing.
It's not just original because they got
Mhm,
Wonka, they got Super Mario Brothers. This is movies, period.
Yeah.
Okay. But from when was the sample period from?
This is March 18th to 24th. It's like a month
So
ago.
this is a while ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a
I'm
month ago.
There's no, and that's why Mario Brothers is way down, and Roadhouse is number 1.
Yeah, this is as early as they give it to you. You get like a month of it. Taylor Swift's up there, Moana, Ricky Stenicki.
I watched it. It was all right. Not great.
Yeah. Yeah. We can. Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What'd you think?
Me and my fiance watched it the other day. It's you have me myself. I have to watch it more than once.
Okay.
Because it was okay. What's his name? Not John Cena. The other guy.
Oh, yeah.
High School
He was
Musical
in
guy.
High School Musical. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. He was pretty good. I liked it. I liked his acting.
When it was funny, it was really funny.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of down, slow periods in it.
Yeah. This is time I could actually agree with you when it was like the pacing was like kind of wonky
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the resolution made no sense at the end.
at all.
I'm like, okay.
Games. Top game is
Oh.
Grand Theft Auto 6.
5.
That's
Oh,
to
no,
be
I'm
hyped. That's
sorry.
not even out yet. All right,
That's
like
4. Yeah, that's
that's,
Grand Theft Auto 4.
what is it?
Video game.
Yeah, because Grand Theft Auto
Uh,
6 is in development.
Yeah,
Is that
these are
right?
discover the top video games Americans are looking to buy next.
Yeah. Oh, buying next. Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Then it is.
Well,
Then it is 6. Then yeah, of course. That's
I
the
don't
number
think
one.
that's
what we
going to
do.
be the next game I buy next. So I think that's off.
Dude,
Like,
once
another
Grand Theft
year.
Auto 6, once Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, you're gonna see a drop in productivity at a lot of jobs. I guarantee you. Me myself, I'm taking a week off of work just to play this.
Have you played all of them?
Yes.
I have. Yeah.
Is there really a big difference in between each one?
Yes. Storyline. Yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like around Grand Theft Auto like 4, they became a
Yeah.
little bit more forgiving video games, especially
Yes.
like number 5. Like number 5, you were meant to get to the end of like the story and stuff. Where the other ones, like the ones on PlayStation 2, which were great, were not forgiving games. Like look to load your save a lot of times on that mission.
Yeah. Especially in San Andreas.
Oh yeah, San Andreas.
I remember
Number 5, I think, was the like 4 and 5. I thought they really took like the turn, and number 5 was just like a masterpiece, one of the greatest games ever.
the mission in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, the airplane, the remote control airplane one. I'm still trying to beat it to this day.
It's that's a nightmare mission.
Yeah.
That's a mission, and there was like a car mission that you have like 6 minutes to do. That's just
Mhm.
insane. That was
I agree.
Okay.
Here I play all the Lego games. I do.
Grand Theft Auto
Some of those
5
little
is
side
like
things you gotta go get are impossible to get.
top video game like ever. Like,
Yeah, the storyline they still pumping out online missions for Grand Theft Auto 5.
And I didn't really do much with the online. Like by the time I
Yeah.
did get to the end of the game, I was like ready to play something else.
All right, so those are the Gizames. And that's the Nielsen numbers right there. Let's get to see who's in the comments. Let's see who showed up today. Las Cruces 1971 is in the house. What's good, Las Cruces? John's Comics for Kids is in the house. Thank you for joining us. Meat Wad number 1 was popping party people. Was good, Meat Wad. Rad Art and Comics Split is one of my favorite movies. Excellent. Glad you're gonna be here to talk about it. Phil's Treehouse is in the house. Thank you for joining us. Brian LCS is in the house. Hey, Brian. L. Ray Kinder is in the house, giving us the wicked eye. Strange Dog Comic Stuff is in the house. What up, Cliff? Oh, yes. Cliff is not going to be here today. He had some things that he had to take care of personally, but he wishes you all the best wishes, and he will see you guys tomorrow night. Brian LCS, yeah, he's Green Shirt Guy showing off our most comedic one. We're very proud of that comic book awards, and they start June
I can't
15th.
get a sit straight.
The comic book awards nominations start June 15th, so get that in your calendar. Maybe we'll have Brian on. He can tell us about it and all that stuff. Big L. Larry Jackson is in the house. Thank you, Larry, for being here. Circumstances is in the house. What up, homie? Trev, the shipping guru, he'll be on tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Who else is in here? Shoup, I want to say it right. 4 Comics, good afternoon. Entropy in Comics, greetings, community. Thank you for being here. And that's about it. All right, so let's get into the box office for this weekend. Remember I said last weekend that weekend was like the second lowest in like so many months.
Just
Now
wait.
we have one even lower. Hold its beer, because this one was about 2 million lower than last week. There is an issue in Hollywood.
Yeah, but look what they're putting out though.
Yeah, but I just think it's too much. You got streaming, you have cable, all that stuff now, and it's not as pertinent to go out to the movies anymore. You
I
can
would
stay
sort
home.
of agree. If there were blockbuster must see, gotta go see movies out like Challengers, that's a draw.
I didn't even know about this movie.
I did.
What
It's,
is
it's
that
what's her
movie?
name's in it. It probably is a decently.
Oh,
acted
this is the one with Zendaya and
This
the
has
like
Zendaya.
tennis player.
She's
Zendaya?
a, she's a
Zendaya,
former tennis player that now is with two guys because that we need that
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
A former tennis prodigy turned coach turned her husband into a champion, but to overcome a losing streak, he needs to face his ex best friend and Tashi's ex boyfriend.
Right.
All right.
That's
Definitely like a
Alright.
date movie.
And I'm a tennis
Yeah.
guy, but like I watched the trailer.
Yeah,
for
you would go
it.
see that with because like your girl would probably look at something like Godzilla and Kong and be like, "We're not seeing that."
Yeah, like something that you can go on a date with your partner. This is what you would probably spend money for. You go, or like big, like Godzilla, Kong, but like these other things, like Civil War, Abigail, all them. Just throw them on streaming, bro, because nobody's gonna go. Nobody's spending their time to go see them. 7 million? I don't know.
Yeah.
Unsung Hero. I don't know what this one is though. What's Unsung Hero?
Yeah.
My wife saw it. She said it was pretty good.
Based on a remarkable true story, a mom's faith stands against all odds and inspires. I got to do it in English. A mom's faith stands against all odds and inspires her husband and her children to hold on to theirs. Her mom. All right. They made 7 million.
My wife went and saw it on Friday. She said it was pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Um.
long story short, I did a little thing for each of my boys after their grandmother passed away, and Gabe, being the big Godzilla guy, I told him I'd take him to go see Godzilla. So we finally saw it on Friday. So while we were doing that, she's like, "Well, I'll take the other boys to go do something." So they went and saw that. She liked it. They were like, "Yeah, it was okay."
Yeah.
Roger that. Number 5, we got Abigail bringing in 5 million. The Ministry of what I heard about. Okay, let me start with Abigail. From what I'm hearing, this is a Universal Monsters movie.
Yeah. That's what I heard too.
Yeah, this is for
I'm not
Universal
sure which
Monsters.
creature.
I think it's vampire.
She's a vampire.
I think it's
to be
vampire.
sure.
Yeah, she's a vampire. Yeah, but
Yeah. And I was just like shocked. I was like, oh, okay.
And that movie's
And-
made no money.
I mean,
my
28
fiancé
million.
wants to go see it, though.
But that's what makes me think it's like it's a Universal Monster movie. Like this is only making 20. You didn't really promote it that way.
Nope.
So that's weird. But
I think they
yeah,
still
that's a horror
recovering from the
movie.
last time. I think they recovered from the last time when they were trying to do that universe.
Yeah. Dark
And
Universe.
it bombed. Yeah, and it bombed after the Mummy.
Yeah. I was like, why'd you
And I'm talking
I don't know.
about Tom Cruise's The Mummy, not
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Okay.
the remake. I was like, why are you redoing it? Like it didn't make any sense.
Right. Well,
but-
because they wanted to make it darker and scarier.
Yeah, and then there's another movie coming out. It's the Angelina Jolie movie, I think. Universe Bride. I think she's doing Bride of Frankenstein.
Mm.
Okay.
Is she the
Yeah.
bride of Frankenstein?
I think
Yeah.
so. They're a mess over there. They should have just built it off of Dracula. What was that one with that dude? Was it Dracula? Forget.
Oh, the only Dracula guy coming into my head is Abe Vigoda.
It's the Dracula movie with the guy that was in The Hobbit, the archer. He part of the town.
Bloom.
Evan or
yeah.
something like that. No, the Evan guy from The Hobbit. He was the one that killed Smaug when he put the arrow in the thing.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy
Yeah, I
did
looked
Dracula
this up.
movie, and that Dracula movie was supposed to be the first of the Universal Monster movies.
Oh, is
But-
that right?
Yeah, because it had a post-credit scene of him in New York in present day, and they were gonna build off of that, but it didn't make enough money.
I mean,
So-
honestly, if they wanted to do something like that, what they should do is do a Van Helsing movie, and then have him hunt them all down.
Yes, and
Yeah.
have what's that gentleman named Del Toro? Have him do all the work for it.
Yeah,
I heard rumors that
I mean, you could even bring Benicio del Toro back as the Wolfman.
I don't know why I'm thinking about him, but I think of Peter Jackson, and I'm hearing rumors that.
Oh, were you thinking of Dracula Untold? Was that
Yeah,
it?
Dracula Untold, that one.
All right.
But Peter Jackson is said to come back to make some new Lord of the Rings stuff.
I heard that, but I didn't see
Yeah.
the story. What exactly are they making?
I'm hearing it's it could be Morgoth, the prequel.
So
Yeah,
it's all
yeah,
elf stuff.
yeah.
Here's the thing: he'll do a good job. It'll look good. I don't know. I think you might have exhausted that at this point. To be honest with you.
You know, I think that'd be great movies to see though, because you'd have to do some really like
Yeah, but
celestial
nobody's gonna
space
go,
type stuff with that.
The general public's gonna have no. They're not gonna go back and read those. I've read them. Some of them are very good. Some are really dry.
And there's also a rumor that Senor George Lucas is coming back to Lucasfilm.
Yeah, I saw that rumor too.
Okay.
He's
To do what?
He like to oversee projects, and one
It's
show
there
particularly.
to say that George Lucas is back at Lucasfilm. Really,
Yeah.
it's not Kathleen Kennedy. What I think it's George Lucas. See, he's over there.
They say there's a show that he's been working on with them that nobody knows about. But we'll see. Nothing really too concrete about all that. So yeah, slow. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is still in there with 3 million. Kung Fu Pandas making some money. Doom Part 2 still in the top 10.
Did we get to 700?
It did. Got over
Oh
704.
Well, they're gonna make a third one now. Then,
Yeah.
right?
I'm gonna watch the. I might watch Dune tonight. Like that might be my movie.
It's good. It's long, but it's good. I
Okay.
can't recommend it enough. So since they made that money, they're gonna make a third one.
Of course, they already started.
I'm just joking.
Yeah. Oh, but there is a Dune HBO Max show that's coming at the end of the year called Dune Prophecy, and it's 10,000 years before the Dune movies, telling about the origins of the Jenny Bezeret and how they all got to where they're at right now. Because if you look at the Dune movies, they kind of have like a technology built in with human things. There's no really like cyborgs, and there's a reason for that, because they had like this huge robot war and destroyed like all the AI robots and all that stuff. And they discovered spice after that war, and they used the spice to like enhance humans. That's why they have the computer humans that do the mathematics in their head and all that other stuff. They go
Spice
that
must
route.
flow.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, all this Nowhere Special number 30. You made 15 grand. Congratulations. You made it on the top 30.
4 theaters. That's not bad.
Hey, you're on there. You can say you're on there. You know what I mean?
Here's what.
All
Look
right.
at that though.
That
Scroll
is-
all the way back down. It made 15. 29 made 25 in 56 theaters.
Yeah.
So
Those are true debuts too.
So I would say that Nowhere Special is probably a better movie, right? If 4 theaters banked over,
Yeah.
compared.
All right. That is the box office, my friends. Leave in the comments if you've seen any movies this weekend.
Larry Jackson says Abigail is dope. I'm interested to see Abigail now.
Okay. Meatwad says back in the day it could be a year plus before you could see a movie. If you missed it at theaters, now it's out in weeks, and that's the problem. Yeah. All you gotta do is just
even
wait.
when they released it on DVD or Blu-ray, it would take 3-4 months. Now it's a month after it's out of theaters.
Sure.
Yeah. You just wait. Why wouldn't you wait? Spend money. All right. It's time to go over your homework, ladies and gentlemen. Time to go over your homework. Your homework for this week was Cliff gave us a trilogy, the Unbreakable trilogy, and we did Unbreakable last week. Here's part 2. Splizzit. M. Night Shyamalan is back. This movie was made 15 years after Unbreakable. So I did not think it was that long, but it was that long. Directed by M. Night Shyamalan, starring James McAvoy, Anya Taylor-Joy, and Haley Lee Richardson. Three girls are kidnapped.
Your mic's acting up.
Check.
Now
Three
it's
girls are kidnapped by a man with a diagnosed 23 distinct personalities. They must try to escape before the apparent emergence of a frightful new 24th. This movie was wild. I like this movie a lot.
This is my favorite of the Unbreakable trilogy. This is my favorite one.
I don't know if I can say that because I have to rewatch Glass and remember. But this one is very good.
This beginning,
I'll
this is
tell
how
you
the
what.
movie starts.
This
And you know what?
opening
I did
scene-
not like the ending when I originally watched this back in like 2016. Like in that
Mhm.
ending, that was kind of annoyed.
Oh, really?
I was so annoyed. I did not like the ending. Like, and it wasn't
Of this
until
one?
like, yeah, it wasn't until like, all right, you got Glass. Like, I had a lot more appreciation for the ending. All
Oh,
right,
talking to the mic. Talk
Oh,
toward the
sorry.
mic. Oh, yeah.
there we go. Bring it down.
Yeah.
I did not like. Originally,
It
I
gave
didn't
us
like the
another
ending.
ending, just like Unbreakable had like a quick little ending.
Yeah.
This one had a little quick one too. But this one was more intense than Unbreakable.
It was.
It's-
100%.
James McAvoy did a tremendous acting job.
And I just found out this movie came out on my birthday.
Is that right?
I'm
Really?
looking at it right now.
So if you
Yeah.
start talking weird, we're going to start wondering.
I think
On
this
the
is a
25th?
great horror movie. Like, honestly, it's
It is a great horror movie.
I'll
Yeah.
say this: you got, and I know not everybody doesn't love M. Night Shyamalan. Tell me another director who can set a suspenseful plot going better than this guy. In both of these movies, the way they open, you're like, okay, where are we going? Because this opening
Yeah.
scene is harrowing, and you don't see anything.
Mm-mm.
Bobby
Yeah.
De La Ghetto's in the house. He said 3 personalities too many.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't see a lot. I don't think we saw every
No.
personality
So
though.
I think we saw 5, maybe 6 if I counted.
Yeah.
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 The idea behind this movie, because I noticed how they kept saying like somebody they'll believe that we exist, and the idea is that people like him who have multiple personalities, they really are distinct personalities. Like she had a subject where one of them was blind, but
Yes.
the personality that wasn't blind, it like
see.
regenerated her eyes or something like that, and then she could see. And she's trying to explain to all the people like this is real, like this is real. But unfortunately, this guy, he's got like 23 of them.
Yeah.
And
Well, 24.
24 by the end of the movie. And it's kind of linked in with the Unbreakable, with like there are these like super villain, super type things. They get stronger, they get strength or whatever. And he's a horrifying villain because he can split hence the name. He could go into any one of these at any time. And then they have a thing called the light. And the light is when they let a personality take over.
Right.
And a couple of the personalities are teaming up against the other personalities. And it's a lot, but not confusing.
This is the more
No.
grounded, if you will, though, as far as superhero, super whatever goes, because at no point do we believe that any of these characters, Mr. Glass, Bruce Willis last week, or this guy, they fell into a vat of chemicals. They were hit by lightning. There's just normal human physiology gone haywire.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But it's so weird because it's like the personalities, if one of his personalities has diabetes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You saw him like doing it on the when she goes to the computer and it has
Yeah.
all of his personalities, like make a diary. Like that
Yeah.
was just
Yeah. And I'm like, what? And it's like when he's the other ones, he doesn't have diabetes.
And it's
But
really
when he's
crazy.
that
Like,
one,
there
he
was
has
one
to take the
time-
needle.
There was one part where like they were holding the door against like the boy, and he was like
and he
kinda
wasn't
dressed
strong
like
enough.
the
Yeah.
he was dressed like the little boy, and like as soon as he got strong, he's just like changed like that, like the whole clothes and his
Mhm.
appearance. It was so crazy.
Okay,
Hedwig
so let
was
me
the
ask you
kid.
this question. And
Yeah.
I've been waiting since I watched this. I watched part of it last night and finished it today. Do you think? I mean, obviously, we know that this is all one universe because that's why we're watching this. Do you think that Kevin's mother lost it because Kevin's father was on the train that Mr. Glass derailed, and then she was not able to handle it, and that's why she started abusing her son, thus causing this?
Yeah,
That would be kind
I-
of crazy. I could buy that.
That's
Yeah.
a good question right there.
I can see that. They have to have a link between them all. So
Yeah.
yeah.
This was my first time ever watching this film, and
Oh.
oh my god, this. Wow.
It's an intense. I actually was gonna like put it on, and I was gonna like unpack today. Like, all right, I'll put it on. I'll have it on while I unpack and everything. I just like paused it, like very like I gotta watch this movie. Like, I gotta sit down and really like watch this.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Which one was that one? Because it was Dennis was the guy
Barry.
with the
It's supposed to be Barry,
That's
that's
Barry.
Barry.
Okay, so then yeah,
but
it
it
Barry.
wasn't. But it wasn't Barry.
Yeah.
Remember?
No, this was Barry. Later, it wasn't Barry.
Yeah. At the
This
beginning,
is the first time we see him. This was Barry.
yeah, the first time we saw. Him was-
No, because remember when he came in, she was like,
Oh.
She
I
was
know.
like,
No, that's later when Kevin eats the chocolates.
No,
that's
no,
what she.
this
But
is the
see,
first time
but see,
we've
that's
seen
what
it.
she noticed about it. She didn't mention it the first time, but she
Yeah, the
noticed
first
that he
time-
touched the chocolates.
Yeah.
So it wasn't Barry. It was Dennis, because Dennis has
Dennis.
OCD.
Right, but this
Yeah.
is not, this particular clothing outfit didn't sit down in the chair. He never sits down. He's talking the whole time and leaves.
Like he
Right.
was walking around.
The one that she looks at on the camera is not wearing this. He's dressed more like Dennis, but saying he's Barry.
Now I gotta watch it again.
I gotta watch it again because I thought that she had noticed that he touched the chocolates, which
No,
caused.
she did, but not this particular scene.
Okay.
Okay.
I like how,
Okay,
like,
oh.
her
Because
biggest
this is
point
when she
was
says, because this is the first time she says, "Did Patricia or so and so email me because why are you here?
Yeah,
And you can't just show
Yeah.
up," type thing.
that poor lady. She was a trooper. She was
She
How
a trooper.
creepy
actually
was it
has
too
the
when she
point.
goes to her email and there's like 15 from Barry saying we need help?
We need
Yeah,
help.
Dr.
Yeah.
Fletcher. Yeah, Dr. Fletcher was the truth in this.
You gotta have some courage, man, to look at that. Like, she knows this dude has 23 personalities, and she still
Mhm.
lets him like in the house and all that stuff. Like, you gotta have some heart, man. And
Well,
then
but
she
maybe he's not been violent or anything to this point, so she just thinks he needs help.
right.
Because we never find out what the incident was at work.
Oh yeah, true.
Correct.
I just
Anya
love
Taylor
the
Joy
way-
is in there. She did good.
I love the way they switch.
Go ahead.
How he switch personalities so fast, and
Hmm.
you can tell like they're different people.
Yes.
And she did an excellent job in this as well.
And I guess another subplot is that all these some of the personalities want the Beast to come.
Yeah.
The Beast is like the 24th personality, and when he turns into the Beast, like he becomes the Beast, like, and I'm just like, that's crazy. He's like super strong. I don't know if because I haven't seen Glass yet, so
okay.
I don't know
Yeah,
if
I
he's
haven't
as strong as the unbreakable Bruce Willis.
He's pretty strong. I'm not going to give anything,
Yeah.
away, but he is pretty strong.
But he looked crazy with the veins popping out and all
Where
that
he's
stuff.
hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, and he's
Oh,
crawling on the walls and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the part that tripped me out when Dr. Fletcher was defending herself. You know, when she was getting crushed, and
Right.
she stabbed him with a knife, and the knife broke on
The knife
him.
broke.
Yes.
I was like, wait, hold up.
Yes.
And then at the end, remember, he looks at all the gunshot things, and he's like,
Yeah.
they didn't go through.
So I
And-
thought about that too. And I don't think those were slugs. I think that was birdshot because it looked like it was all sprayed
looked
out.
spread,
So
yeah.
I mean, it would kill you if you took it point blank. But birdshot wouldn't necessarily go through because it's all the little pellets.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It would still mess you up. I'm not saying. If
Yeah.
it was a slug, though, it would put a huge hole in you.
Gotcha.
I have a question. Do you think if those 3 girls were actually tough girls, that plan that one of the girls said, like, when he comes in, we all just like go crazy on him?
No.
Like,
No.
Yeah.
You know what? No, because like it seemed like the one girl, and like she had the thing that we got to fight this different. Like we got to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and the reason why, and the only part of the film that pissed me off is what happened. We found out what happened to her when she was a little girl.
yeah, with the
Oh, right.
uncle. That's crazy,
With the
bro.
uncle. Like that pissed me off.
You think like she went back with the uncle with the like the cop at the end?
I don't think so. Because
I don't think she did.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
It's just like the way she looks, the way like that's all. Said.
Yeah, she found
Yeah.
she found her strength after defeating the beast.
Right.
He
Well,
says,
He's in Glass, right?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. I look forward to seeing that movie.
I would say I'm doing quotation marks by saying defeating the beast. She
She
didn't
escaped.
really defeat it. Yeah.
She didn't really defeat it because remember he saw like the cut
The
marks on
scars.
her,
Right.
Yeah.
and it was like, oh, you've been through stuff, so
Yeah.
Your
I don't
soul
have-
is pure.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
have
And
to.
you found out like all that like her backstory. You found out like why she was always trying to run away from home and stuff. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
all
what does
those
that
little
say?
clues about her story.
What's that say?
Yeah, I
about
wonder
her?
if she has like a superpower too, because he said something like, what did he say? He said something
Oh.
to her.
He basically said,
Um,
you're one of us. Your soul is
Yeah.
pure. More or less.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you're a pure soul.
because he ate the other 2 girls quick.
Like
Oh, yeah.
what is it? Like the broken
Did he eat him or
are
did
the
he kill him and did come
truly
back and eat him?
evolved. Something like
You
that.
see the first girl, the one he made take off her pants, and she was trying to get the hanger to open the
yeah.
door. You see, quick shot. It's not like a slow shot, but her whole stomach is ripped open
Right.
with like
Yeah.
stuff coming out, and then it's insinuated because the next shot you see him eating the blonde-headed girl,
right.
something like that, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
So how about before that though, where Patricia takes them to make sandwiches?
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. And then the black girl picks up the chair, and I'm like, so we've made the agreement here that you're taking one for the team and letting Casey get away because you're both not getting away if this happens.
No.
Like,
yeah,
one of you's taking the fall, so the other one can get away if you do this.
Mhm.
And I'm going. Okay, I guess you're deciding you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. And I like when he also played Hedwig, the little boy.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
The video you showed at the beginning with him dancing was
Yeah.
That was a great. That's a great.
Well, and
Oh,
how
the quote
about
is.
he shows her the
What was-
window?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're like, oh no.
He's like, this is open, this is closed. He's like, wait, you didn't think it was a real window, did you?
You were
Are
trying to get away.
escape? Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
This was really, really good. I
This was
enjoyed
good,
it from
man.
beginning to end.
Broken are the more evolved. That's what he said.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I wondered, like, if she got to come in, like, because I hope there's more to this universe now. That, like,
Yeah.
Glass kind of closes it off.
Oh,
Well, there are other
And,
people out there.
I
You
mean,
know what I
they
mean?
do more, but
Yeah,
it is kind of
there are other
Yeah.
people like that. I think they made that known in the last movie that there are others out there
right.
that are like them. So there could be more.
you think
Which is
the
a-
kid in Sixth Sense is in this, like, universe?
It could be.
Yeah.
yeah.
It could be. I mean, it's just they got the same
Oh, yeah.
actor. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
but it could be.
That would be something. Yeah.
He's the
Edward.
Constantine of this universe.
Yeah. don't have.
Oh
mean,
man,
M.
if Bruce Willis
Night
was like
Shyamalan-
Split's first doctor and like Kevin Shaw.
Right?
Wow.
Kevin
Night
was the one to
Shyamalan,
shoot him.
he-
Like,
I don't have a real big problem with M. Night Shyamalan. It's just that he does great work, but when he bombs, he bombs.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. But when he does,
Well,
he's
The story
always-
doesn't work enough because
Yeah.
his cinematography style is unique and it always works.
Yeah.
But you're right, the story sometimes doesn't work.
yeah, I did not like The Happening. I think that's what it's called.
I think anybody liked it happening.
Oh yeah, that was whack.
I did not like
Um,
Village too much.
like Signs.
Oh, I
a
like.
lot.
I really liked
Signs
it.
is alright.
I liked.
Signs I liked a lot. The Sixth Sense is great. And
Lady in
this
the
trilogy
Water,
is
I
pretty
did not
great.
like.
God, Avatar. Nobody even wants to bring that up, huh?
Yeah.
That's one of the few I haven't seen. His.
You don't want to
Right.
see that.
You don't want to see
You know,
that
it's not as like it's not a great adaptation, but he kept it kind of faithful to like
It was
he
just-
made the Avatar like movie before.
You know how they shrunk the Netflix show, like it shrunk it down,
Mhm.
and it's like M. Night Shyamalan is like taking that show and shrinking it down in like 2 hours, and it's just like you can't really shrink all that into 2 hours.
No.
Some dry acting.
Yeah,
With some
yeah.
dry acting on top of that.
Boner Jams is in the house. He says, I'd like to give my most recent sex review. Let me know when you boys need me on. Took a video too for you guys to critique. Blessings.
Nice.
This is a family show, Boner Jams. This is a family show. All right. Christina Payne's in the house. Rad Art and Comics says, I didn't like The Village. The Happening was just boring. The Cabin was good.
Am I the only one that liked The Village in here? I like The
The Village, yo, I hate
liked it.
movies that get
I
me
can
all
see why
ready
people
for a
did
villain
like it.
and
I
a
liked
villain never shows up. I hate those
Thank
kind of
you.
movies.
Well,
I hate
because
those
it's
kind of
all a ruse. The whole point is that it's a ruse.
I know.
It's a group of people that wanted to go live off on their own, so they made up a villain so the kids would never leave, so they could live there forever. That's the point of the
True.
movie.
I guess.
I know. But
Yeah.
Did
still,
anybody see Old? I haven't seen Old yet. I heard that was good.
I have not seen Old.
I have
Mm.
not.
Or what's his other one's Knock at the Cabin? That came out last year?
Yeah, I heard that
Cabin,
was
yeah.
good. My fiance said it was pretty decent.
Comic Cap Collectibles was good. Thank you for joining. So I guess we can give our scores on this. We'll start off with C Bizzle.
Surprisingly, okay, so I gave Unbreakable. I gave Unbreakable a 9.
Oh,
So I would give this one a 9.5. Like I said, it was. I don't have nothing to base it on. I literally just watched it for the first time ever, and the way James McAvoy go from one personality to the other, it felt like a different person. When the Beast came out, I was like, "Oh my god!" Y'all know how I feel about that scene. I'm like, yeah, I was like, it was just amazing, and so. It was solid writing. The plot was great. It had some gruesome moments, like you said, when the Beast was eating the girls. Even when, like I said, me being a fat man, when he knocked over the trays of food at the beginning, I was like, no, not the dinner. What was that
hell
spray?
no.
Was it just like tranquilizer spray that they use for the animals at the zoo?
I don't know.
Oh yeah. Yo, how about
all,
that?
all I know in real life, yeah, as soon as he turned around to spray those girls, I'm out the car,
Out
bro.
the door. Yeah.
Well,
I'm out the car.
well, that's the funniest part with that scene is she slowly opens the door.
Yeah, no, he's
You
turning
go,
around,
you
he's
don't.
spraying. I'm out. I mean, he could probably reach to try to grab her, but you're gonna have to earn this. Like, you're gonna have to earn
Yeah.
this one.
I'm trying to figure out how he got out of the space too, because the father is still on the ground, presumably with all that Tupperware, and there was a car in front of him, so it's not like he would have to back up.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe he threw. Oh yeah, you're right. Maybe he was in the trunk. Maybe they put him in the trunk.
Oh, you know what? That's possible. That
He
is
could have put him in the
Oh.
trunk. Yeah.
Gotcha.
but I think you would hear a rustle or something like that of something going on.
Maybe he
What-
sprayed
Maybe
him
snap
too.
his neck.
or sprayed him with the
Yeah.
thing real quick, stuff maybe. All right, green shirt guy. What's your score?
I want to give last week, I think it's 7.5. This is much better. There's very little wasted time on screen. I think it's through the whole thing, you're going, "Ooh, what's going to happen next?" McAvoy's great. Yeah, I get 8.5.
Okay,
Nice.
all right, Phil.
You know what? It's easily 8.5, but I think it's a 9 for me. This is great. This is
Nice.
a great movie. This is great horror. And like my first time watching it, when we got to like where you see the tiger, I was like, "Yo, let me back up. Did I miss something? What the f?" Like I had to like rewind it and like, no, I didn't miss anything. Like, so
Well, he was in a zoo.
Yeah,
Well,
when
that's
you
where
find out
first
she's
you
coming
get
out of
the
the zoo,
animal
like.
facts.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Was you like you're coming out like she's been in that whole cage that whole time, and you find out it's like a zoo. It was just like one of those mind blowing like moments.
yeah, and his apartment was like, I guess some kind of rooms down in the zoo
It
that they
was the
get to the
maintenance,
head
it was
maintenance
the maintenance
guy.
man's area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they said, "Hey, he said I could have it and stuff like that," and he made it into an apartment and all that other stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9. I thought this was just as good as Unbreakable, just two different stories. We got the hero story in Unbreakable. We got the villain story here, and I know we're gonna
You
see
said
them
Unbreakable
clash.
is the hero story?
Yeah,
I think
it's
It's
it's,
really-
it's, it's it's the discovering of him as a hero, of him
Right, but-
discovering who he is.
yeah, but it's all predicated on Glass doing everything he does.
Right.
So for me, it's the villain story.
Villain has a big part of it, but I thought the center of the story was Bruce Willis finding out about his powers, find out he's
Yeah.
unbreakable. You know what I mean? That's what I thought, and I'm sure it's gonna clash in the third one with Glass. So, plus I think Glass. I haven't seen it, but I'm thinking that that's the one that they really show the villainous of Samuel L. Jackson. Since they call the movie Glass. That's what I'm
He's
thinking.
more of the main character in the film.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that I got a 9 for that. That gives us a 9. You said 9.5, right, C Bizzle?
Yeah, I got name 9.5.
9.5, 9.9. Yeah, averages out to about a 9. It's a great film. Great film.
Yeah.
That's the scene in the window, and the window's open.
Yeah.
Next week.
What was the strange name of that guy they put away a bunch of years ago? What was his name? Mr. Glass.
Oh, Mr. Glass. That's the ending scene with Bruce
That's
Willis.
the ending.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Mr.
the connection, we should talk about that. The last scene, which is like I guess it's an end credit, a mid credit scene. They're in a diner. They hear on the news what happened with this story. This character escapes. McAvoy's character escapes.
Well,
and-
no, they say they don't know whether he's alive or dead.
Right. But in the diner, a bunch of people are talking. And they're like, "Oh, it sounds like that guy from 15 years ago. What was his name? Blah blah blah." And it
Right.
zooms in on Bruce Willis drinking a coffee. He's like, "Mr. Glass," and that's the end.
Yeah.
So, and that's what
Yeah.
that's when people learned that these movies were connected.
And that was
Right.
like that threw me for such a like another curveball, and I was just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, did this have to be connected?"
And
Like,
if-
why did-
If
and I was like kind of
remember,
bummed.
too-
So originally it would have gotten an 8.5 for that son.
Yeah.
And this is how it's always. He's always had it written like this.
And it
He
had
said
me
he
like,
always planned to make 3 movies.
and it was
Well,
one of
that's
those
the
things
thing,
I
too.
thought
I
about
don't-
like
what
during the
do you
week, and I was like, that was what you had against it was like. Other than that, it's a great movie, but I had to sit on me
Yeah.
for like a week.
So the next movie next week is Glass, starring Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson, and James McAvoy. It's the end of this trilogy. Make sure that you are tuned in next Sunday, 5 p.m., 2 p.m. Pacific, and we will be going over Glass, and hopefully Cliff will be here as well since it is his trilogy. What's coming up for us is we have New Keys and Hot Comics of the Week is tomorrow at 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific. We are giving away our monthly prize. It's valued at over $300. Tune in tomorrow. So if you haven't got a chance to win a duck yet, you can win a duck. You're going to get 3 more chances tomorrow night to win a duck. And then at the end of the show, we're going to spin, and somebody's going to win this $300 plus prize. It's got about 30 books, 1 slabbed book, and 2 little mini Funko Pops. So you want to tune in for that. And then on Wednesday, we have New Comic Book Day Live, episode number 96 for May 1st, 2024, where we go over all the books that we got and we show what we got. We talk, we have fun. It's New Comic Book Day, but it's live and maybe a skit. We never know until the day before if we're going to do a skit. So maybe the skit was fun last week. But that's it. Let's give a shout out to everybody in the comments. Oh, he hurt his neck. Las Cruces was here. Thank you for being here. 1971, thank you so much for joining us. John's Comics with Kids was with us today. Meatwad #1 was with us today. Rad Art and Comics was here today. Thank you for joining us. Phil House, thank you for joining us. Brian LCS. Yeah, Brian, you got them awards coming up, Brian. Thank you for joining us. El Ray Kinder was in the house. Thank you for joining us. Strange Dog Comic and Stuff was in the house. Thank you for joining us. Larry Big L Jackson was in the house. Thank you for joining us. Circumstances was in the house. Thank you for joining us. Trev, the shipping guru, he comes on at 10 o'clock with Evil's Comics to end our Sunday legendary lineup. He was in the house tonight. Who else? Schwab. I want to say Schwab. Schwab for comics.
It's shop.
Shop for comics. All right. They were in the house tonight. Thank you for joining us. Entropy in Comics was in the house. Thank you for joining us. Bobby De La Ghetto was in the house. Thank you for joining us. Kenneth Bird was in the house. Thank you, Kenneth, for joining us. It's always great to see you in the chat. Who else? Cali Comics was in the house. Thank you for joining us. Boner Jams. He's in the house tonight. Shout out to Boner Jams. He's in the house. Christina Payne was in the house. Thank you for joining us. Comic Cap Collectibles was in the house. Thank you for joining us. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Remember to tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific. One last thing. I'll show the rest of the lineup for this Sunday night. After us is the Sunday Sesh. They're going over comic book hauls, cover themes, and geek culture. Then at 7 p.m., you got Kicking It with K-Pop, Storm Rail Riders. At 8:30, you got Legion of Comics at week's end. And then lastly, at 10 p.m., you have Trev the Shipping Guru and Evil's Comics Sunday Night Live, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you tune in. All right. So for myself, for Phil, for C Bizzle, for Green Shirt Guy, and for Cliff, who is not here today, and for the rest of the Council of Comics, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. We love all y'all, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Black is like the brightest day. Where are the heroes?